State politics are in focus on our first episode of the semester. We'll tell you all about a march in Raleigh and the latest on the Silent Sam controversy in Chapel Hill.
A student government election at ECU is tainted by charges of outside influence, and Democratic presidential hopefuls come south after the New Hampshire primaries.
Stay tuned, you're watching Carolina News Today. Construction crews broke ground on campus for the new School of Business building while our show was on hiatus. The new building is costing about $38 million and should be finished by the fall of 2021. Good news for some and a big disruption for others. Faculty and staff and commuters lost all of parking lot 18 between the Dow building and Sampson. They also lost half of lot 19. That's about 150 parking spaces. Faculty and staff can now park all the way over in Village Apartments if they can't find a spot next to the softball field, but that's still only about 90 spaces that have been given back. Good luck finding a spot.
Students from UNCP traveled to Raleigh Saturday to participate in an annual march called HCON J. It stands for Historic Thousands on Jones Street, and it's organized by a coalition of NAACP chapters, youth councils, and social justice organizations. The coalition has a 14-point platform that they use to try to influence state lawmakers on issues affecting poor and marginalized people. Participants Saturday marched to the Capitol building for a rally. The coalition first came together in 2007. This year, they're hoping to increase voter registration and citizen engagement for the 2020 elections.
A judge in North Carolina has thrown out a deal to give the controversial Silent Sam monument to the group Sons of Confederate Veterans. The judge nixed the $2.5 million proposal, saying the groups had no legal right to negotiate with the UNC system. It's unclear what happens next for Silent Sam, which stood in Chapel Hill campus for more than a century. The bronze statue of Confederate soldiers was pulled down by protesters in the summer of 2018 and has been in storage ever since. Many students don't want the statue returned because it could lead to more protests. Some see today's ruling as a victory for keeping it off campus.
It is very rewarding to see the justice or the judge on the freedom side, and it's very affirming to me and to all of the work that Defend UNC, Take Action Chapel Hill, our lawyers, all of the work that staff, students, and faculty have been saying for decades has now come to pass.
The judge's ruling also dissolves the $2.5 million trust that was set up for Silent Sam's preservation. There was no immediate word on when that money would be returned to UNC.
At East Carolina University, a trustee has resigned and another was censured after allegedly meddling in a student election. The two board members, Phil Lewis and Robert Moore, were recorded offering money to a candidate running in the student body president race. Lewis and Moore allegedly offered to pay for the student's campaign in exchange for him to vote their way on the board of trustees.
Super Tuesday is approaching, and voters aren't the only ones getting ready. 3 Democratic candidates are also getting ready, making various campaign stops around the country. Bernie Sanders and Mike Bloomberg made campaign stops in North Carolina this week. Bloomberg made visits to Raleigh, Greensboro, and Winston-Salem, while Bernie stopped in Durham and Charlotte. Pete Buttigieg is scheduling a town hall meeting in Charlotte on February 27th.
It's Valentine's Day as we record this episode, so CNT reporter Jaquel Bennett asked students on campus what they had planned for the occasion. He found a lot of variety and a few lonely hearts.
I'm getting my girlfriend some concert tickets. Action Bronson, baby. It's going to be litty.
I'm going to self-care, and I'm going to buy myself a car, buy myself a rose, and mind my business.
Just going out and partying and, socializing like that and compensating for the fact that I'm alone. So that's all.
What I'm doing for Valentine's Day is not safe for me to say on camera.
I will go out and I will treat myself. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing yet, but I know it's a day for me.
I think they just put The Notebook on Netflix, so that's the move.
First of all, I don't have a boyfriend, so.
My girlfriend is pregnant, so I don't get to celebrate Valentine's Day this year. I'm going to baby shower. That's about it.
So I'm getting her some roses, and we're going to a movie where she gets to pick the movie, then dinner after that.
To be honest, I ain't got nothing planned for Valentine's Day.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
I mean, probably have a little something for my female, you know what I'm saying? Have run a bathwater for her.
Get some roses, and I'm just gonna pass them out to, I guess, some lucky females around campus, just to make them feel special.
To see all the interviews from this week, check out our YouTube channel, Carolina News Today, WNCP-TV.
Perhaps it's no coincidence, it's National Dating Violence Week, and one organization on campus is spreading awareness to be on the lookout for the signs of domestic violence. CNT reporter Abigail Brown has more.
February is Dating Violence Awareness Month, and the Office of Violence Against Women here at UNCP has spent the last week hosting events to enlighten the campus community on things such as how to give consent and how to build healthy relationships. One of the activities, Chalk About Love, provided chalk for students to write words of affirmation, love notes, or anything they wanted outside of the UC. Along with the chalk, pamphlets, ribbons, and relationship quizzes were handed out. Megan Strickland, the OVW grant coordinator, says the significance of each event is important for spreading awareness.
So just like this week we're showing awareness for dating violence. So each day we have a set of topics that we'll talk about with students, just so they'll become aware of the issue, because we do have an issue here on campus.
Having connections to student health services and CAPS, OVW can refer students for both psychological and physical help. One graduate assistant says the events help to make students aware of the resources that encourage safe dating.
So it's always best to know like certain things you can do to be safe in the relationship and just as an individual.
Another addition to the lineup for the week's events was something nationally observed, wearing orange or an orange ribbon. The ribbon signifies those who have been impacted by dating violence, even if you haven't experienced it personally. The Office of Violence Against Women has kept the conversation going and encouraged students to participate in more ways than one.
The North Carolina Department of Transportation says motor vehicle crash-related deaths are down in Robeson County, and Salem Parkway, also known as Business 40, opened Sunday 6 months ahead of schedule. It's NCDOT now.
Welcome to this week's edition of NCDOT Now. I am your host, Miracle King. Drivers in the Triad are enjoying a much-anticipated reopening of a stretch of highway in downtown Winston-Salem.
Salem Parkway, known as Business 40, opened to traffic Sunday, nearly 6 months ahead of schedule. The project included bringing about a mile of US 421 up to current standards, replacing 9 bridges and constructing 2 pedestrian bridges. Although the road is open, there is still considerable work needed to complete the project, so drivers should still use caution as it remains an active work zone. Transportation officials plan to hold a formal ribbon cutting later this year when that work wraps up.
Sticking to roads for the second straight year in a row, the number of traffic deaths decreased in Robeson County.
Robeson County Vision Zero, a coalition of community and state leaders who want to reduce roadway deaths, formed 2 years ago to work on possible solutions. Robeson County consistently has had the worst overall crash ranking in the state. NCDOT reports 43 people died in crashes across the county in 2019, down from the past couple of years. Finally, you've got until February 14th to take the NC Moves 2050 survey. NCDOT wants to build a transportation system people want, need, and will use. So what is it that you want? Take the short survey and share what's important to you.
That's all for this week's edition of NCDOT Now from all of us here at the North Carolina Department of Transportation. Safe travels.
Members in the first class at LeBron James I Promise School in Akron, Ohio got some amazing news Wednesday. All 193 students learned they are receiving full scholarships to Kent State University. The high school juniors were caught by surprise and erupted in cheers. Meanwhile, their parents watching from a live feed in a separate room burst into tears. Kent State University is guaranteeing free tuition for 4 years as well as 1 year of free housing and meals. To stay eligible, the students must remain in good academic standing and perform volunteer work locally. The Kent State Provost told the students the university believes in giving back. The LeBron James Family Foundation and Kent State plan to offer the same opportunity to future I Promise classes as well.
You've seen Girl Scouts selling their cookies outside stores or at your doorway, but you probably haven't seen the 98-year-old Girl Scout who puts on her uniform every year to help out.
It's that time of the year to stock up on boxes of peanut butter patties, caramel delights, and Thin Mints. Perhaps the most excited Girl Scout around is 98-year-old Ronnie Backenstow.
I'll go home and eat some cookies.
She's proudly donned the Girl Scout uniform for 88 years.
I became a Girl Scout in 1932. I wanted to be one so badly. And my mother said, when you're 10. So when I was 10, I was ready to go.
Ronnie's adventures in the Scouts have taken her from coast to coast and around the world. Later in life as a Scoutmaster, she recalls traveling to Jamaica and Switzerland with her troop.
I don't know if you ever tried to get into a uniform in a pup tent. I did. It's not easy.
Even in retirement at Phoebe Burke's in Warnersville, Ronnie's still going strong.
I've had a day. I've been up since 6.
Her stamina, her energy, her mind, she's nonstop.
In general, she just makes me laugh when I'm with her.
She says she's happiest while selling cookies alongside her fellow Scouts.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yes.
Ronnie says back in the day when she first became a Girl Scout in the 1930s, there were only 3 different kinds of cookies, and each box cost only about 15 cents. Now, while the price has certainly gone up, Ronnie says her mission remains the same.
And that is to inspire and educate future generations.
I think that it was just part of living. And that's what really Girl Scouting is. It teaches you how to live.
At UNCP, Braves wrestling continues to bring home the accolades.
And men's basketball faces a former coach and his squad at Lander University.
Ty, the sports guy, will tell you all about it after these messages.
Campus engagement and leadership is a team, and our mission is to provide experiences for students in a values-based and student-centered environment.
Together we are Brave Nation because serving students is our passion.
We encourage students to connect with peers, faculty, staff, the campus community, and beyond.
Getting connected means identifying your interests and matching them with a multitude of opportunities here at UNC Pembroke.
Engaged students never stop learning.
Being engaged means celebrating the culture of campus through personal and group exploration.
Leadership at UNC Pembroke is about creating a legacy that will leave both the campus and the community better than you found it.
Leading means working with others in a supportive community to create positive change.
Connect to opportunities, engage in exploration, and lead your community.
Together, we are changing lives through education.
Hey guys, how are you today? Good. I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I groomed the Halo world to life. Is that you? That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
What's going on, Brave Nation? Welcome back to another year of Brave Athletics. I'm Ty, the sports guy, and I'll be keeping you up to date on all of Brave Athletics. Let's jump right into basketball, who faced up against Lander this past Wednesday. The team shot over 50% from the field and from the three-point line. They were also able to collect 17 offensive rebounds and turn them into 23 second-chance points to come away with the victory 81-66. After the game, head coach Tony Jones talked about how the team played overall against his old mentor.
They're a really well-coached team. Drew's a great friend. Just like you said, he was my mentor when he was here. He has a very talented team. The majority of our games were team effort. So with Tyrell getting off that first game, I didn't really expect him to have another 33 points this game. But seeing him play today, the team played it as a whole, as one unit. And I'm seeing them get those, easy layups defensively, was where we got most of our points from. Then they had 5 assists to like 18 turnovers, so our defense really turned into our offense.
Women's basketball also matched up against number 21 ranked Lander, but things didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. The Braves committed 31 turnovers, which allowed Lander to score 40 points off those turnovers. Lander also had a total of 37 rebounds and 16 steals in the game to take the win over the Braves 76-59. This win keeps Lander's in-conference record perfect at 15-0, but gives the Braves its fourth loss in the last 5 road outings with a record of now 5-10 in the conference. Women's and men's next game is this weekend against Augusta. Men's wrestling and the head coach all accomplished major achievements during our break. The team was able to capture the Mountain East Conference Championship at the beginning of the month. Nick Daggett, Tyler McCosey, Caleb Warner, Garrett Hill, and Nick Key all claimed titles for their weight classes. The performance marked the second conference crown in 3 years for the Braves, who also captured the Eastern College Athletic Conference regular season title in 2017-2018. Head coach O.T. Johnson also made history by collecting his 100th coaching career win, and the athletic department had a very special gift for him to congratulate him on his accomplishment. I was able to sit down with the coach and talk to him about his milestone.
I have 100 wins, but I think I have about 60 losses, and so we've done it the right way. We've gone out, we got the best competition we can, not just to win matches, but to put these young men in adverse positions so they don't think that everything is going to be given to them. Because we could have easily gone out and scheduled some putts and got there a lot faster. But it's not about that. It's about making sure these guys know how to handle adversity, and it's about helping me understand that, hey, I want to do this, and I want to do this. I want to do it right. I want a challenge. I love a challenge. And it's a super special opportunity to be a UNCP wrestling coach, a UNCP wrestling member. Be associated with this organization is special to me, it's special to my family. Just to have that opportunity, have the support of every guy that's ever trusted their talents in my hand and in our hand is special.
Wrestling also had a match against Spartanburg Methodist. Before the match started, seniors were recognized for senior night and walked out with family, friends, and loved ones. One senior decided to make his night not about him, but instead about the woman he loves. Senior Adrian Davenport gets on one knee in the middle of the circle to ask his girlfriend Aaliyah to marry him. And she says yes. Congrats to the both of you. We wish the best for your future to come. It was a clean sweep for the books with a 60-0 win, which, by the way, is the maximum amount of points for a winning team in a collegiate dual meet. The team collected 7 wins via pin along with forfeits in 3 different weights classes to steal the victory. But just when you thought the achievement stopped there, on senior night, senior Tyler McCosey was able to collect his 100th career win as well. We caught up with Tyler after the match to ask him how it felt to achieve such a milestone on senior night.
Man, it's hard to find words right now. It's exciting. Exactly 5 years ago at this time, I ended my high school career with 99 wins, and so that kind of hurt a little bit. I made it a goal to come to college and shoot for 100, and at times it didn't seem possible at all. When you're a freshman, and you're getting beat up, and sophomore year it doesn't really look like too much improvement. You kind of lose hope, but a lot of persistence, a lot of faith, and a lot of support. I was able to get it tonight on senior night, and I think that's pretty special. And going off of support, just to do it on senior night is awesome. My family could be there, everyone in the stands, my practice partners, coaches, everything. I mean, that support has literally drug me to 100 wins. I couldn't have done it without them, and so it was super special to get it on senior night, and it feels awesome to be at 100.
Softball had a doubleheader against Queens University on Wednesday. In the first game, Queens was able to connect on 4 home runs and 1 RBI to take Game 1 5-0. In Game 2, Jordan Adcox drew a walk and scored on a double to center field from Tatum Brummett. Then Queens tied the game on an RBI in the 7th inning, which brought the game to an extra inning. Queens came out strong and loaded the bases up with its first 3 at-bats. Then Kelly Winter singled home the eventual game-winning run to seal the sweep for the Queens 3-1. Softball's next matchup is this weekend with a doubleheader against Catawba. Baseball welcomed Chowan to the Sammy Cox baseball field. In the 2 games prior, the Braves had defeated their opponent by 10 or more points and were looking to carry the momentum in this game as well. The Braves were able to put up 2 runs in the first inning, but once it got to the 5th inning, the Braves scored 5 runs with a home run from Ethan Bokum, which brought in 2 runners, and a home run from Jared Mobley, which brought in 1 runner as well. From then on, it was all Braves with 3 runs scored in the 7th inning and 4 runs scored in the 8th inning. Braves walk away with another double-digit win, 14-3. Their next matchup is today against Columbus State. The swim team had a meet Wednesday at the Great Midwest Athletic Conference Mountain East Conference Championships. Freshman Mariel Mencia Martinez in the 50-yard freestyle and Natalia Silva in the 1,000-yard freestyle both picked up event titles with school record performances. Mencia Martinez in her collegiate debut beat her teammate Natalia Silva's record in the 50-yard freestyle by 3 seconds. Natalia was able to beat her own record in the 1,000-yard freestyle by nearly 18 seconds, while also conquering the 2-year-old meet record by almost 12 seconds. It doesn't stop there. In the 200-yard medley relay, the quartet of JC Knight, Sarah Morden, Bianca Bateman, and Mencia Martinez topped the 2-month-old school record in the event by more than 3 seconds to then finish 3rd place. The championships will continue through the weekend. Good luck to all of our Brave swimmers. Last week, the Braves helped observe National Girls and Women's Sports Day. Our news anchor, Samantha DeBusk, is a student athlete herself and was able to cover the clinic.
On Saturday, February 1st, UNC Pembroke hosted the 2nd annual National Girls and Women in Sports Day Clinic. The theme for this year's event was Lead Her Forward. Girls in 3rd through 8th grade were invited to come and participate. The day started with a Q&A session that included the UNCP Spirit Squad coach, compliance director, and 3 UNCP women athletes. The girls were then able to experience 6 different sports and skills stations. The volleyball team used fun games to teach the girls how to pass the ball. Women's basketball focused on dribbling and shooting fundamentals. The golf team focused on putting and full swing. After the girls were taught how to pass and shoot, they were able to play in an indoor scrimmage against the soccer team. The swim team talked with the girls about the different swim strokes, and the Spirit Squad made up a dance routine for them to learn. The main goal of the clinic was to make the girls feel like stars. Director of Fan Engagement, Jen Smith, discusses why this event is beneficial to young girls in the area.
One of my main goals was just to have the local youth girls in this area feel empowered and feel like they can really do anything they set their mind to. I think it's important at an early age to have role models through all areas of your life, and I think if we can use our athletes here to lend a hand to these girls as they're growing up, I think that can really mean a lot to them.
Parents in the area also agree it is important to grow female sports in Robeson County to have equal opportunities between genders. Logan Hunt explains why she likes to participate in sports.
My favorite part about sport is that you can meet new teammates and you can have fun and you can cheer on your teammates.
At the end of the clinic, the girls received a poster signed by UNCP women's athletes and a goodie bag. UNCP hopes to continue this event and increase participation each year.
Everybody go Braves! 1, 2, 3, go Braves!
National Girls and Women in Sports Day is celebrated across the country every year. On behalf of Brave Athletics, we thank all of the participants and visitors who came out to celebrate all of the female athletes. And that's all the updates I have for you for Brave Sports. Until next time, I'm Ty the Sports Guy. Extasia, Samantha, back to you.
That's it for us. Next week, we'll tell you how the university is responding to the threat of coronavirus. I'm Extasia Benjamin.
And I'm Samantha DeBusk. Thanks for watching.